p.m. So I'm capturing what is the light source that's remaining over me at the same property where I'm inside of. This is called relevant positioning. This is the demon that's beating on the walls using washing machines to harass while they know I'm taking pictures and screenshots inside of my office, and while that which is not possibly the sun and not over the Paulbine Library at the same time remains present. While I'm inside of this laundry room, this demon is beating on surfaces and slamming the machines. And remember, during the 3 o'clock hour, the shape of the rectangle is appearing on that far wall. It's not present on that wall yet. The entity is maintaining a soundtrack while demons engage in surveillance in the parking lot. That's what that is. You can see the light source through the windshield of the vehicles. He's group stalking and doing so with a minor child, keeping me under surveillance, and you know that because the entity is stalking heavily in helicopters, doing so in the unnatural environment, while a demon, just like Tiffany Cherez's children, were doing the exact same thing. And what she does now, she closes the machine at the same time that I zoom in and out on my phone. That's demon possession. That's exhibited through the behavior. This is Marie France. They're both documented group stalkers with LAPD, maintaining presence while a third party is inside of the laundry room. Hi, you guys. How's it going? Hi. This is P.O.C. They're both going to federal prison. Present on the grounds, by the way, at 8 o'clock in the morning while LAPD is stalking in a helicopter. And they're here in the afternoon. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 2:12 p.m. This is relevant positioning. Inside the laundry room is relevant positioning, maintaining a soundtrack. That's a demon's creation of audible activity with simultaneity to my physical movement. Pacing around. Hi. Would you mind you guys keeping the noise level down a little bit?
Here?
Yeah. You're slamming the machines. I'm inside of my office.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no problem. Have a good day, you guys. This is P.O.C. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What Carla Lopez was doing this morning as I'm walking down from my apartment, the light source is right here, like I said, rising on one side, setting on another, the same exact pattern, surveillance in this room, in relevant position to me, a wall separates, stalking relevant positioning all day in helicopters, while the maintenance of the light source is present. So like I said, 8 o'clock in the morning, what you see above at the top, Carla Lopez is group stalking while the fake sun is right here where this tree is at. And this is documented at what is 8:17 as I'm capturing this image, and this is a demon keeping his back to me, group stalking as I'm walking down, a sex offender monitoring me while engineered light and the light source is in alignment to my living room window, my apartment, all over the floors, on the walls and on the ceilings inside of my apartment, a sex offender engaging in that sexual violence in the workplace, group stalking you in the workplace, maintaining presence. That's what you see him doing right here at the top. And as I am in my office while the entity is engaged in surveillance, and I'm capturing screenshots of his criminal conduct, which represents speaker companies, which is the same entity, the people of the state, group stalking in the laundry room, coming onto the grounds, delivering packages such as FedEx and the United States Postal Service, engaging in criminal activity while they're monitoring and surveilling on a communication device, crossing path in the engineered environment with minor children. That's just relevant to the ways in which you're going to cleanse the population and remove the means of terrorism by the people of the state. A bunch of demon-possessed people who are using children to engage in that demonic method of terrorism. And I'm speaking to the ways in which the government and the people of the state are utilizing children to do so. And in the workplace, you have what is impossible, that the sun would be over me, number one, but also as I stand at the same exact location where Carla Lopez is group stalking in the workplace. That's what I'm capturing in this screenshot above. And while I'm capturing this very damning and probative evidence of what is demon possession and criminal activity, and also a means of recovery, is while the entity is engaging in terrorism in the workplace, the entity is documented at approximately 8:38, flying over my office in helicopter, while that light source that you see right here was directly over me at the same location in front of my leasing office door. And that's what I captured. So we can look at that really quick. You can remember what it is that I'm referring to. The entity is maintaining the light source over me at the same position that it's at while I'm inside of my office on a communication device, and the entity engages in the pattern within the pattern. Not only are you a demon-possessed group stalker, but you engage in more terrorism, more threatening activity, as you are aware of the fact that that criminal conduct that a person has a right to not be subject to is being documented, invading my privacy, violating. Let me be clear, the government doesn't have a right to search your phone when they pull you over. They don't have a right to just take your phone. You don't have a right to engage in surveillance and federal stalking on the venue of the internet either. This is the pattern of conduct that the people of the state are engaging in as well. This is pacing in the parking lot, one walking in one direction and other driving. This is what USPS and Roberto Aguilera were engaging in while I'm reviewing this video right now. I'm just speaking to the environment while P.O.C. is underway. So while I am, again, inside of my office and the entity flies over in helicopter, this is what I'm capturing. Oh, sorry, this is a different day. Let me go to the correct day. This is captured today at approximately 8:50 in the morning is when the video ended. The video started with LAPD flying over my office while I am looking at this on my phone. This is the entity that's engaged in surveillance and then terrorizing me while I am documenting,
on his behalf,
enforcing my rights.
People of the state in the specific environment.
while engaging in P.O.C. 8:36 in the morning. Flying right over my head while I'm documenting Carla Lopez. She's going to federal prison. Group stalking at the workplace in this specific environment. And what you're looking at here is the same location where I'm standing here. So you have the pattern. The fake sun is right here as I stand at this location, and LAPD flies over my head while monitoring what I'm reviewing on my phone, which is the federal stalking conduct. The demons are calling the office phone with simultaneity to everything that I'm looking at, and the demons are both fearful and they're hostile. This is how also animals exhibit hostility. They start barking and hissing. That's what demons do. They engage in the elements of monitoring, and it's reasonably construed also as a threat in the specific environment where a bunch of psychopaths who are demon possessed are group stalking you together, using what they have at their disposal to engage in the elements of monitoring, where under no circumstances is the sun going to be in a position to be in this position where you see where I'm standing at the same exact location. This is relevant to who's going to federal prison, and it includes Carla Lopez. This is where I'm looking at 8:36 in the morning, and 8:36 in the morning, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's the fake sun right here. I just want to be clear. Where is that? Oh, that's non-movement. 8:36, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Okay, it's 2 o'clock. Let's be clear what time. Yeah, it's 2:17 p.m. That's called surveillance inside of the crime scene. That is the P.O.C. 9LQB 289 is indeed going to federal prison as well, engaging in the same pattern of conduct. The people of the state pacing all around up and down Alvarado Street. You can see the light source through the windshields of the vehicles here. There's no sun. That is documented on this same day in an entirely distinct location at the Paul Bryan Library. This is called criminal presence, and doing so in the name of Lyft. You've already seen them engaging in demonic activity. Engineer light coming across me in the morning, by the way, in the engineered environment where Lyft is present, engaging in terrorism via directed light. This is a psychopath that's monitoring and looking like they're doing something else. P.O.C. Hi. Are you picking up someone? I see Lyft, or are you?
Yeah, but I don't have a ride. So who are you?
I'm sorry. You're picking up someone, right? You're Lyft?
I'm not. I just dropped somebody off.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, if you're waiting or if you're parking, I'm not sure. But I'm the manager here, so I was just going to ask if you could not obstruct the pathway. But if you're waiting for somebody to load in, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just about to drive.
No problem. Thank you. This is the P.O.C. and Lyft is engaging in the pattern of conduct, which you already know. Lyft's corporate headquarters, by the way, is also in the crime scene. That is the state of California. This is impossible that the sun would be over me right there, feet away at 8:36, while the same demons, LAPD, flying over my head while I'm reviewing what all the population is reviewing on my cell phone. Both her, she represents a third party, and Lyft represents a third party. I'm going to drain the pockets. The population engage in this ongoing facilitation. They also do so while minor children go into that laundry room and stalk and monitor and engage in federal stalking, exhibiting demon possession while doing so. Very terrorizing conduct while those that are even under the age of majority. This little girl's not even 12. I'm talking about Mila. She's 10 years old, exhibiting demon possession, engaging what is threatening my life while demons stalking in a helicopter are supporting her criminal conduct. They're engaging in it together. That's P.O.C. This is what the entity is engaging in, so let me make sure that you can see the heavy helicopter activity while the entity is monitoring my phone, aware that their criminal conduct, their criminal system is being documented moment by moment, doing so in the workplace, monitoring communication devices in violation of Title 18, engaging in ongoing terrorism. More so, the more that I document, the more that the demons act, which is relevant to what is enhancement to federal charges and sentencing. How can I help you?
What did you tell my daughter?
Who's your daughter?
The one that was doing laundry in the laundry room right now.
I don't know. I didn't tell her anything. I said, oh, keep the noise level down.
She's doing laundry. She can't talk.
No, it wasn't talking. It was beating on the walls.
Beating on the walls?
Yes. That's why I have signage in there. A lot of people do that.
Okay. I didn't hear her beating on the walls.
Were you in there?
Huh?
Were you in there?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well,
I was not.
I didn't know who was in there, so I'm
Okay,
asking.
but she's a minor, first of all. If you
What's
need
her
to tell
beating on the
anybody
walls?
anything, I'm her
So,
mom. You need to tell me.
First of all, Iris,
Okay.
Iris, if anyone
yes,
is
I'm
engaged,
recording you just like
that's
you go
fine.
around recording everybody.
I don't know what you're talking about, but if you're
Okay.
making, you know exactly what I'm doing on my phone right now? Is that what you're stating?
Did I say that?
You just made a statement about what I'm doing.
Not right now. Obviously, you're not doing it because you're not like this.
Is it
and
obvious?
Like that,
Oh, like
and
you are.
this
You're holding
and
your
like
phone
that.
on me,
You're
though,
not
right?
doing that.
And you just admitted that
Yes,
you
you're
are
not
recording,
doing
right?
that right now. Yes, you are right. You are not.
Okay.
Maybe
But like I
because I'm
stated,
recording you, maybe that's why.
you
So,
seem to
I
have a
came to
pattern
talk
of
to
being
you.
hostile. If you want to speak with Maria,
I'm
you can
not-
do
I'm
that.
not
You
being
are. You're raising your
hostile. I'm
voice, and you
asking
stated
you.
that you're recording me.
I'm
You don't have.
asking you, what did you tell my daughter?
I just
so
told
you.
you.
Can tell me so I can talk to her.
I
about it.
asked her if she, just like
Okay,
everyone
tell me.
else. Okay, well, you can ask me that. We can have a
I
different
did
type.
ask
No,
you
you
that.
did
That
not.
was the
No, you did
first
not,
thing I
Iris.
asked you.
No, you did not. So now that
What
you're
did you
asking,
tell my daughter? That's exactly
and
what
that's
I
why you
asked
came to record to ask me what I asked your daughter.
What's wrong with me recording?
Putting on a smile and raising your voice
What
is
is
not
wrong with
changing
me
the hostility.
recording?
Oh no, you can record all you want.
Okay,
Just
I
want to
know
be
I
clear.
can.
You stated that you're recording. You made accusations about what I'm doing on my phone. You started raising your voice.
That's irrelevant.
And, no,
What
it's
I'm
not
asking
irrelevant.
you
No, it's not
is
irrelevant.
The question that I'm asking
No,
you
it's not
again right
irrelevant.
now. What did you tell my daughter? What did you tell my
I need
daughter?
you to, first of all, if you want to
Okay.
speak with Maria,
I am. And I'm going
Okay.
to call Dan as well, too. Don't worry.
it's
I'm going
Don.
all the way.
It's Don.
Dan.
Don is his name.
Okay.
And you can
I'm
tell
gonna
Don
call
that you
all
can
of
tell
them. I'm
Don.
gonna let them know.
You go
Yes.
ahead. Which,
I
since you already
am.
know, then you don't need to ask me anything
So,
then.
yeah, what do you mean?
What are you gonna go tell? Go tell them whatever it is that you know. I
wanna
asked her
know
if
what
she
it
would
is.
refrain from banging on the walls and slamming the machines. You're talking about volume and talking. Nobody said anything about talking. I don't care what you're talking about. In addition to that,
Okay,
you're
and
being
she's-
disrespectful and coming
am
and
I
addressing me
disrespecting
and
you?
holding your cell phone up and recording while you want to ask me what I. You could ask that
is-
and
how
not
is that being
because you're
disrespectful?
raising your voice and being hostile at your approach, threatening me like I'm supposed to be
I
quiet
am
and
not
not do my
threatening.
job. You
Nobody
can
is
call Don.
threatening
You can
you.
call Maria. You can
I'm
call
not-
whoever
this
you
is not
want.
a threat.
I'm doing my job and I will
This-
continue to do my job.
Okay,
I am
that's
not
good for you.
disrespecting them, but they're in here
But
beating on the
nobody's
walls.
disrespecting you,
No,
first
yes
of
you
all.
are. Yes you
Second of all,
are.
I'm sorry
So
to
you
be
run your
disrespectful,
tape back. You turn your tape back.
but I'm not here
You
to
run your tape back,
disrespect
making
you. Okay.
making
Okay.
assertions about what I'm doing on my
Okay.
phone. That's what you did, Iris.
Obviously, you don't
That's
wanna
what you
talk
did,
to me
Iris.
about
Thank
what
you.
you told
No,
my
you can
daughter.
flip it all you want. You're not going to come
Right.
threaten my job and engage in harassment and then try to flip it around. So you call Maria about that. Thank you. Have a great day. And I'm going to repeat it. Please ask your daughter to refrain from making excess noises in the laundry room. Thank you.
What was that?
Thank you very much. Refrain from your daughter beating on the walls, making excess loud noises in the laundry room, because that's exactly what I asked her to not do. And there was no problem. You come back creating a
Because
confrontation.
She's afraid of you. She fears you.
When do I talk to
You
her?
have nothing
When do I
to
see her?
talk to her
When
about.
did I talk
She's
to her?
a minor, so
When did I
I'm
talk to her?
telling you,
Now you're trying to
don't
escalate
talk
a
to me
non-situation.
about
I'm not going to
it.
argue with you. You're
Whatever
making up
my daughter
information
has
while you're
done,
recording. It
done,
does not make
you
it
talk
true.
to me.
You can make
I'm
up
the
information
mother.
all you want,
I am
Iris.
her
You can
mother.
make it up all you
talk to
want.
me.
You can make it up all you want. Doesn't make
Ain't
it true.
nothing being made
Yes, you
up.
are. I've never talked to your daughter before, so you're making up information while you're recording. You tell
always
Dawn about
ask
that.
her.
You tell Dawn about that. You're a liar.
1806
You are a liar.
Yeah,
Coming and
okay.
trying to escalate a non-situation while
nothing to
she's
lie.
beating on the
I
walls
have nothing
and
to lie
I'm the
about.
manager. You will not be beating on the walls while I'm in the office. So you
Nobody's
can make up
beating
an
on the
information.
walls.
You
My
tell her
kids are
about
doing
that.
laundry.
Making up information. You
Okay.
call Dawn and Maria. Tell them about that. That's P.O.C. while she's monitoring and making admissions, which I don't even need, making admissions regarding what she knows I'm doing on a communication device while her daughter is engaging in terrorism with the state. So I just want to make sure that you're clear of that. Don Noggle, that's a communication of a threat by the entity while you're group stalking in the workplace. Referencing Maria Solis Alvarez, a group stalker. That's referencing the entity while you're group stalking in the workplace and doing so in concert with the state. And it's documented what it is that I'm referencing. And all I'm doing is asking her, by the way, I'm dealing with the entity. First of all, it's P.O.C. Second of all, making up and escalating a non-situation. Oh, what did you ask my? And this is what I'm speaking to. This is just getting to the pattern of conduct, harassment while you're engaged in the pattern of conduct, admitting that you're recording. That's great. I'll prosecute you for that. I don't even need it. Everything that the entity is doing, I already know that you're group stalking and you're engaged in federal stalking, and everything that's coming out of your mouth is audible activity threatening my life while you're group stalking with minor children and coming to engage in what is a confrontation, seeking to harass, and then they are representing speaker companies together, engaging in what is harassment in the workplace. So that's relevant to everything that she said. Now I'm dealing with this third party on the surface. Let me make sure I'm dealing with this third party on the surface regarding what's coming out of her mouth, which is monitoring. The P.O.C. is underway, but I'm also dealing with her with regard to everything that's coming out of her mouth. So she's asking me a question that, number one, she knows the answer to, which is relevant to harassment as an entity. Second of all, what she's saying and raising her voice and being unnecessarily hostile and then trying to, I didn't say that, you just said that. So this is gaslighting by a demon-possessed psychopath who is threatening to call Don Noggle and Maria Solis, who are group stalkers, for no reason, while I have every right, and I'm going to enforce stop making excess noise, which is what they're all doing all day long. That's also why I have signage in the laundry room while I'm dealing with the demons in their alternate universe. Well, and I'm also documenting their criminal system. So in their alternate universe, oh, I'm sorry, everybody's just sorry for the loud noises that they're making, and I have to put signage in there. And this little girl, it was totally compliant. I said, do you mind ceasing from, is everything okay? The same thing I say to all of them, is everything okay? Do you mind not beating on the walls? You guys are loud. That's it. So I just want to be clear. First of all, Iris Carnero already knows this is a documented demon molesting me with engineered light in concert with LAPD. engaged fully in the P.O.C, referencing the entity that's exercising fictitious authority. That's a demon. That's a third party seeking to communicate a threat. And that's exactly how it's going to be prosecuted. And this was nothing. This was the P.O.C audible activity, relevant positioning, light activity, while in operation of a communication device in the specific environment as well, while we're having that exchange. That's what all of that was. I'm addressing her because first of all, the surface content, substance of her audible activity is trying to communicate a threat. Go ahead and call Dawn about how you're recording me while you're supposedly just asking me what I said, but you're holding up your phone, making accusations about what I'm doing on my phone. You've got affirmative knowledge about what I'm doing on my phone, and you're making accusations and then raising your voice, being hostile, and then which she's got a pattern of engaging in that, and then threatening that you're going to call Maria Solis Alvarez as though I am doing something wrong and I have something to cower down. That's what I'm dealing with right now. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. That's the same harassment by the entity who is engaging in what is in their alternate universe. The employee warning notice is a criminal act of obstruction of justice. The credible information that they're getting are from group stalkers, and they're not getting information from anybody. They are group stalking together. This is a whole illusion, farce, and it's not a persuasive one. And that was the P.O.C via a means of harassment. That's exactly what that was, and that's why I kept rolling the tape. Iris Carnero is going to federal prison, and she's losing custody of her minor children while she's group stalking through engaging in what is harassment and exchange with each other. So I have to address what she's stating. Please call Don Noggle and let him know what you were doing while you're recording it. Play that recording back. The fact that you're coming in, raising your voice and making accusations and then asking me what I said. Okay, I just told you what I said, and I'm going to repeat it. She needs to not be in the laundry room beating on the walls, slamming down the machines, which the signage in the laundry room is clearly stating that. I have to repeat that over and over again with all of them who are monitoring me in the laundry room. So this is nothing other than a P.O.C. This is a coward who wants to engage. She is obsessed and literally out of her mind, which is demon possession. But this is an exceedingly hostile demon who is in the specific environment, literally providing an admission against herself with regard to how long she's going to federal prison while she's group stalking in the specific environment. Light source, audible activity, the relevant positioning in the specific environment. And let me be clear, what you see this demon doing with a minor child, engaging in what is seeking to harass within the context of the workplace, the P.O.C in the workplace. She is doing so. This is exhibiting the hostility by the whole entity. All of these demons are mad. So this one demon is speaking. I'm speaking to the hostility of the entity, which Iris represents. But let me be clear. This is hostility that's shared by the entity that's fully exposed. So this is the reality of what's going on while I'm dealing with a demon who is a third party representing the people of the state. Light source, engineered light, stalking by helicopter, workplace harassment, that is shared by the entity who Iris represents, and Carlo Lopez, who I'm documenting. This is relevant to that. So I want to make sure that you're relevant of everything. It's still the same P.O.C, and I'm glad that I got this video because it's relevant to what Carlo Lopez is engaging in with speaker companies who are group stalking with the people. And the light source is still over my head in the same manner, just like I pointed out at 8:30 in the morning. So I want you to recall the significance of what the entity is doing, group stalking in this environment, referencing minor children who are group stalking in that laundry room, and then seeking to harass off of some superficial basis that doesn't exist. I'm dealing with psychopaths on an ongoing basis who are engaging and exhibiting hostility, threatening my life on an ongoing basis through those over and under the age of majority. And then you're engaging in the elements of monitoring through trying to pick a fight, which you're never going to win. Because first of all, you're going to federal prison, period. I'm prosecuting you. Second of all, even in your alternate universe, you do not have any supportive facts. You came and sought to initiate a confrontation, making up information, making accusations, and then trying to communicate a threat that I'm supposed to be fearful or scared of that or something. And so this is what I'm reiterating. And this is a manager. And this is what you're subject to, by the way, when you have the workplace, when you're subject to the P.O.C in the workplace, and those who are quote unquote superiors are literally facilitating this criminal conduct. Okay, that's what the people of the state that live here, this is relevant to harassment as an entity engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. Okay, that's why you have the ability to approach with your cell phone on, and then you're going to go to management. Oh, I went with a phone in her face and I accused her of recording, and you're the one that's recording. You're making accusations, though, relevant to what is her real-time knowledge. They're engaged in federal stalking. Yes, that demon does know, and she's group stalking with the state, heavily documented group stalking in helicopters, which is exactly what you see here. And I'm going to use all of that with regard to her prosecution, which represents the people of the state. This is the exact same environment where Carlo Lopez is group stalking, just like I stated as the case. The light source is over my head at 8:17 in the morning, and this is the same leasing office where this means of through harassment is present. The light source is still here at 8:17 in the morning, and this is exactly where I stood. So there is no distraction. That was all the elements of monitoring. And the entity is doing so while exceedingly hostile, but also incriminating itself. There's a superficial division or separation. There is no separation. They're both the people of the state. Carla Lopez, an employee of a third-party company, and Iris Carnero, a third party that lives at the property, going to federal prison for that on both bases. Systematic and intolerable level of facilitation, speaking to the same exact condition and the same exact criminal conduct with the entity that is group stalking in helicopter, as I heavily documented. FedEx is group stalking, as I showed today, while the light source is remaining over the top of my head in the morning, and they are crossing path while these demons of the LAPD, who Iris Carnero, are group stalking in concert with them, while the light source that's not under any circumstances of the sun is over me in the same exact position as I'm capturing. So I want to make sure that I get that. That is documented today. Let's see. And then I'm going to conclude. These are the entity is engaging in the same conduct. I just want to be clear. This is the signage that's on the wall. Please do not abuse, misuse the laundry machines, which is what they're routinely doing to the rhythm of what I do. Exhibiting demon possession, stalking with the creation of noise in the engineered environment. A fake sun remains over me all day long, which is the significance of what I'm capturing, while demons are maintaining presence in the path, group stalking in a laundry room, over and under the age of majority. And then you have a demon that's hostile because she knows what's being documented about her child, who she's using to engage in that criminal conduct. And she is literally engaging it through further abuse, engaging in audible activity through harassment while she is still group stalking with a minor child. Do not be distracted about what you just witnessed. And I'm also going to prosecute with recovery through the workplace terrorism that they're engaging in. So I just want to speak to that. There were a series of admissions that the entity just made out of the mouth of that demon that is Iris Carnero. And at this same location, as I documented, the light source is remaining, which is what I want to show, what FedEx is engaging in the same exact environment. And this is the same location where I'm at. Just want to be clear what it is that you're looking at here. This is LAPD, who's group stalking with
P.O.C.
today. While I'm standing at the same exact door entrance where this light source is over me at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the entity is engaging in what is harassment, audible activity creation, and this is relevant to what is the workplace, where the third party is engaging in the pattern of conduct via facilitation, where the specific environment is where you work, where third party group stalkers are supposedly supervisors and co-workers, and where under the guise of you doing your job, the people of the state that live at the property are group stalking you. And they are doing so with those who are under the age of majority, and also admitting to engage in federal stalking. That's what Iris Carnero just admitted on behalf of the entity. So this is the light source. This is again 10:56 in the morning, 11:03. The light source is over my head at the same location where I was at, and Carla Lopez is crossing path at 8:30 in the morning. 8:36, the LAPD is flying over my head again. The light source is over me as I'm documenting Carla Lopez on my phone, which the entity engaging in federal stalking is aware of that and is engaging in the same exact pattern. This is what FedEx is doing under that same light source that's over me at 10:56 in the morning.
P.O.C. P.O.C. P.O.C.
And that's exactly what Iris Carnero's daughter is doing. She's in the laundry room, slamming machines with simultaneity to my physical movement. This is what Marie Ennis was doing. This is what Yu Kim is doing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon while engineered lights on the wall inside of that laundry room, where there's no position where sunlight is ricocheting at some downward trajectory off of the concrete and then onto the window and then somehow appearing on the wall inside of that laundry room, such that light activity, your shadow appears while you walk outside of the laundry room and while you're walking inside. None of that is light activity that's ever naturally occurring. This is indeed a demon, Iris Carnero, who is exhibiting hostility on behalf of the whole entity that is hostile. That's a psychopath, by the way, while you are a terrorist and you're mad because your terrorist activities are being exposed, and I'm going to prosecute you. Only a mentally deranged one that doesn't have anything. You know exactly what I said to your daughter. She should not be in there creating a disturbance. That's what they're all doing. That's why I have signage, and she already knows that. So you are a psychopath and a delusional one, because everything coming out of that demon's mouth. I'm going to prosecute Heather Teal for it. I'm going to prosecute Carlo Lopez for it. I'm going to prosecute this whole property for it. I'm going to prosecute the state LAPD for it. They're group stalking with the entity.
All right, FedEx, this driver's license plate. Let me be clear. He's going to federal prison. P.O.C. He's going to federal prison. Sitting in relevant position, license plate 44130Y1. Sitting outside in relevant.
And the light source that you can see through the windshield of 7JXW728, that is parking space number 36. and it is directly over the top of my head as I stand at the same position where Iris Carnero is engaging in audible activity creation via harassment, okay? Engaging in what is on a series of admissions on behalf of the entity. This is the same exact location where I'm standing right now outside of my office. So let me see, because this is what the P.O.C. is underway while Carla Lopez is group stalking as I'm walking down. Not only is this the same location, but it's the same location hours later where FedEx is engaging in the P.O.C. So this is exactly what I was pointing out where, hold on. Let me zoom this out so you can see that. This is the light source that is over me, and this is the same exact location where you're seeing hours later at 10:56 in the morning where FedEx comes onto the grounds to engage in the P.O.C. So let's be clear. The P.O.C. it's 2:36 in the afternoon at approximately 8:17, 8:20. The light source is over me as I'm coming down from my apartment where it's in alignment with me and engineer all in my apartment. I walk downstairs 8, 9, 10, 10:56. The light source is right here over me while FedEx is group stalking in a vehicle crossing path while the demons are LAPD are flying in a circle, group stalking together as a state, and it is 2:36 in the afternoon and the light source is in the same position it was as I captured that video at 10:56 in the morning. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that, and these are the surrounding circumstances where the entity, because that's what she represents, the entity comes and engages in audible activity creation by means of harassment. A delusional entity who is surrounded by evidence, and I'm going to use that with regard to the means whereby an entity is ceaselessly engaging in what is terrorism and harassment and sexual violence as an entity that is engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. This is impossible to be the natural environment. In addition to that, the entity is maintaining a light source as I documented on this day in 2022 in an entirely different location. That's how I'm capturing it at 1:36 p.m. while the entity is engaged in heavy helicopter activity, which is the hallmark in the specific environment where demons, in other words, are group stalking. And this is the light source that's over me at the Rancho Cucamonga Paul Bayan Library where I remained. And the entity is maintaining this light source as I remain inside of this library that is not shared with any sky space, where it's not possible that the sun would be in the same position over the top of my head, and where there's no position and no time, as you've already seen the sunset, where there is also no angle of sun where, let me be clear, this is also engineered light, relevant to everything that an entity is stating. Oh, what did you say? That demon knows exactly what I said to her daughter. Doing so, engaged in federal stalking in operation of a communication device, hollering and yelling, even a conversation, even if she was like, "Hi, Erica, I love you. Can I give you some cupcakes?" It's audible activity, but this is the specific environment, and it's directly relevant to what she's doing with a minor child on a communication device in concert with the state that's heavily stalking in helicopters. That's what's being documented here. Do not be distracted. And on a communication device, let's document what is speaker companies engaging in Title 18 criminal conduct on the communication devices, okay? This is Title 18 criminal conduct. So I just want to make sure I point all that out. This is the specific environment that remains. It is P.O.C. And Iris Carnero, that's a mentally unstable, that's a mentally deranged third party who could not win an argument if I gave her all the right answers. She is literally a baboon, and she's engaged, and I'm not calling names, I'm talking about the delusion that accompanies demon possession of this such extreme condition, speaking to the criminal conduct, the lawlessness, the animalistic behavior that an entity is engaging in, okay? And all of the malice of the entity, this is supposed to be a legitimate business, this is supposed to be a legitimate private residential area. They're supposed to make the targeted individual appear like you are a paranoid schizophrenic, you are out of your mind. What helicopter activity? What are you talking? None of this is working. So you're talking about a level of delusion. For you to come and say anything to me is speaking to malice and impunity. And that's directly relevant to what is enhancement to federal charges and sentencing. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you're understanding the superficial distinction. There is no distinction between what Carla Lopez is doing at 8:17 in the morning in the specific environment, what FedEx is doing at 10:56 in the morning in the specific environment, and what Iris Carnero is doing in the specific environment at 2:30 in the afternoon, where I'm showing you the impossibility that the sun would maintain presence for that series of time. And you know that it stays even longer. The entity is engaging what is maintaining a light source while it's setting in alignment to me inside of my apartment, which is on the same property grounds. This is how I'm able to capture on a daily basis what is also the sunlight. While by the way, the light source is seen through the windshields of vehicles that are on this property group stalking me inside of my apartment at 8 o'clock in the morning and before that. But this is speaking to, again, the entity is maintaining a light source over me and stalking in helicopters and doing so in concert with the people of the state who drive onto the grounds, including Lyft, while I'm capturing a sunset in alignment to me. This is the so-called sun that's in alignment to me at 6:44 in the evening. This is what was documented on June 24, 2024. Iris Carnero is engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. Her act of documented harassment as an entity in the specific environment is under no circumstances suggesting anything other than the fact that she is a psychopath. It's not suggesting any ignorance. This is the malice with which an entity is clearly stalking with the state that uses helicopters, which is the hallmark. It is impossible that I would have a long documented pattern of conduct in an entirely distinct region. It is also impossible that the sun would be in alignment to my bedroom window, while it is in alignment to me in her presence also in the morning and into the afternoon, which again, let me show you the map where you're witnessing. This is the management office right here where the light source is over me at 2:30 in the afternoon. My apartment is building 1806, and outside of my living room window, my bedroom window, the sun set at after 6 p.m., after 7 p.m. That is non-movement of a sun. And this is where it's in alignment to me as I'm capturing Carla Lopez group stalking while I'm standing here and across the path while he's standing nearest the mailboxes. He's group stalking in the path while the light source is remaining at the same exact location. Around the laundry room, group stalking by the people. This is where the light source is remaining right now, where LAPD are stalking, flying in circles, all in relevant position, all around the property and over my office. Okay, as I go to my apartment, that's where they're circling and focusing on helicopter activity. These demons just engaged in what is harassment on tape while they know that I'm documenting them. That's a threat to my life, and Iris Carnero is going to federal prison. Her children will be far removed from her while she is feigning that she is in any way inquiring about what I actually said. This psychopath, this demon knows exactly what was said, and she's using her child as a means to engage in terrorism with that government. That is a mentally deranged threat, both to herself and the public. This is P.O.C. It's currently 2:42 p.m. Come in, P.O.C.